Have you ever thought about what some of the gaming legends, the greatest of all time, are? Well, if you have, then come along and join me today, as that's what I intend to answer in this video, as we explore what I believe are the best games of 11 different genres, while trying to be as unbiased as possible. From heart-pounding action to tense last-second decisive victories, I've designed a list for all of you that spans a diverse set of gaming experiences. Whether you are a seasoned gamer or just getting started, this video is your ultimate guide to discovering the gems that define each genre. Oh, and it's 11 because I had 11 ideas to discuss.
10.
The first game genre we're going to be talking about here today is roguelike games. So these are your kind of dungeon crawlers. A lot of these games are bullet hell games. And the only roguelike game that comes to my mind as being the best game of their genre would be The Binding of Isaac. Because I really don't think there can be another try. This small indie game has single-handedly defined what it means to be in the roguelike genre. There's plenty of other good roguelikes out there. I'm pretty sure Dead Cells is one, Cult of the Lamb is one. There's tons of good ones. But The Binding of Isaac really set the mold for what a roguelike game is. This is a bullet hell game to beat, and I really can't think of anything that rivals its fame in the genre. Because it is that famous and that popular and that iconic. It is, after all, one of the most popular indie games of all times, behind very few like Undertale, which is a more popular indie game. It's got intricate boss design, challenging yet fair gameplay. I mean, how could you not love The Binding of Isaac? I don't think there's gonna be a roguelike game that gets released that is better than The Binding of Isaac.
9.
The second game we're going to be talking about today is Left 4 Dead 2. Topping our category for the horde shooter genre of games, there's a few things that have released in this genre, but I mean, come on, when you think of horde shooter, do you really think of anything other than Left 4 Dead? It is undeniably the best of the genre and is considered by many individuals as a near perfect game. And I don't think it's like my favourite game, but I do think it's intricately designed. I mean, every feature has multiple functions. You know, you can crouch, which makes you more accurate, allows your teammates to shoot over you. The flashlight might startle the witch, but lights up darker areas. Like, everything has so many purposes for being in the game, and it makes it really intricately designed. This game was released in 2009, Left 4 Dead 2, and its graphics, for being so old, I still think they hold up relatively well today. If you look at some other old games, they look ugly. Left 4 Dead doesn't look that bad for how old it is. And while I could have thought about picking Left 4 Dead 1 for this, Left 4 Dead 2 just improves on its predecessor in literally every single way. This game is literally, it's Left 4 Dead 1 but better. With every map having fluidity, flowing nicely, they all feel straightforward to navigate and easy to find your way around. And it's got the RNG elements like The Binding of Isaac. The AI director makes everyone feel unique and fun. So when I was younger, I thought it was nostalgia speaking about Left 4 Dead, and that's why I thought so highly of the game. But I don't think so anymore, because I'm not the only person who thinks it's so good. There are thousands of people who think the same thing as me, that this is a near perfect game, and I think it's easy to see why. There's a few really good videos done on this. Check out one by The Axeman if you're interested. But there's so many videos that talk about why this game's so good. But there's been multiple competitors entering the scene like I mentioned earlier. Back 4 Blood, World War C. I mean, there's so many that are trying to replicate the success of Left 4 Dead. But none of them succeed. Me and many others, we firmly believe that none of them even come close to touching Left 4 Dead. They all feel like they're missing something, and I think for me, it's that they don't encourage teamwork the same way Left 4 Dead does. So, if I had to guess, that's why.
8.
The third game on our list, we're talking about the action-adventure genre now, guys. And as you can see, it's GTA 5. This is the best selling game of all time, second only to the next game on this list. So many of you will know what we're talking about next. It literally loses to only one other game. So while there are tons of options for the action-adventure genre, I'm sure I could have put God of War up here. I probably could have put Elden Ring up here. I'm sure I could have put tons of games up here that could be argued to belong here. Nothing stuck out to me like GTA. And I will level with y'all now. I ain't the biggest GTA fan. I have a GTA series on my channel. Shameless self-plug, go check it out. But despite having the GTA series, I'm actually a bigger fan of Saints Row. I much prefer the Saints Row franchise. GTA 5 isn't like a big favourite game for me. But, I mean, just look at the impact this game has had. Even I can recognise it. It's been dominating the industry for years, especially because of GTA Online. It's made billions in revenue, and most people praise the story as one of the best the series, if not the gaming industry as a whole, as one of the best stories. People consider the game having incredibly rich and deep dialogue, fun gameplay with plenty of good strategy, and fascinating character dynamics. That's why people love GTA 5. That's why it's the best game in the action-adventure genre.
7.
For the next game on the list, we're touching on the Sandbox Survival genre. Who could have seen this coming, guys? I wonder what this is gonna be. Minecraft. Sorry to Warrior fans, nothing else even competes with a Minecraft. Look, there's so many survival games I love. 7 Days to Die, Subnautica, Sunken Land. I do enjoy Terraria. Like, there's so many good survival games I love. And Minecraft isn't even my favourite survival game. But, I mean, there's so many good games, and despite that, Minecraft is the benchmark. It is the best-selling game of all time. And it's not even close, people. It has more than over 100 million sales over GTA 5. It's sold so many copies. Now, look, people, my creativity is about as dry as my sense of humour. I am not very creative, so I'm not really the best at Minecraft. But even I can recognise the influence Minecraft has had, not just on the gaming industry, but on modern culture as a whole. There's not much to say about this. There's a reason it's the most popular of all game, and I'll leave you to figure it out for yourselves, because you all know why it's up here.
6.
Moving into the shooting genre, the game I picked for being the best in the shooting genre is Call of Duty. And I don't think this one is disputable, like, not even remotely. Look, there's a lot of good shooter games out there. I'll give a special shout out to Spec Ops The Line here, because I think that's great. It's Call of Duty. And while my favourite Call of Duty is Black Ops 2, if I had to pick a specific game from this franchise, I would either pick Black Ops 1 or one of the Modern Warfare games, I think. COD is the undisputed champion, and it has been since the franchise's inception. Regardless of your feelings on it now and what it's turned into, it's the de facto shooter. Come on, there's a reason why Modern Warfare is always talked about amongst COD fans. But if I'm gonna level with you guys again, I've never played any of the Modern Warfare games, which is bad of me, but there's a reason why it's so talked about and beloved. Same goes for Black Ops 1. The best COD game is one of these two without question. I just don't know which one would be the right choice. So, please leave a comment. Tell me yourself what you think. Also, hashtag fuck Shepherd. All my homies hate Shepherd. Fuck Price. Let's get that flowing in comment. You all know why we hate Shepherd if you played those games.
5.
But for the next franchise on our list, we are talking about Battle Royale games. And this one is a toss-up between PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Fortnite. PUBG really established the Battle Royale genre, and without it, we wouldn't have Fortnite, we wouldn't have Realm Royale, we wouldn't have Call of Duty Warzone, we wouldn't have any of that. So PUBG definitely deserves credit. I think for the purpose of this list, I'm gonna put Fortnite in this position, because Fortnite really made the Battle Royale genre accessible for everyone. I think that's what entitles Fortnite to win over PUBG. Although there might be some bias involved with this one. As much as I am trying to leave bias out of it, there might be a bit of bias. But it's hard to completely exclude bias, you know. But I mean, I think Fortnite is more widely recognized as the Battle Royale game. I think there's other popular ones, but I think Fortnite is recognized as the Battle Royale game. Like, this is the one to beat. This is the one you want the community of. There is a reason Fortnite is rising, or I don't think it's rising anymore, but that it used to rise in the competitive scene, be one of the most beloved, like, esports games in the ranked realm. I mean, look at the Fortnite World Cup. Booga, who won the Fortnite World Cup, made $1 million off that competition, and that was for first place alone, I think. I haven't fact checked that because I didn't expect to talk about it, but come on. PUBG doesn't have that kind of fame. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is a fine game, but do you hear about it in esports? Do you see the best PUBG players winning millions of dollars? So that's why I put Fortnite here, but like I said, this one is a toss-up. I think it could drive away. I don't think you're wrong if you put PUBG here instead.
4.
Platforming games. This is a hard one, and I'm cheating, and I'm picking 2 options. Maybe I should have split this into 2 genres. Like, I should have split into 2D and 3D platformer games. We're cheating because I only made it 1 genre. Because this is my video, bitches. Make your own. So, our first game here is the original Mario Bros. All the way back in, like, 19 wherever. This game, look, I'll be honest and say this is another game I haven't played. I love the new Super Mario games and stuff, but the thing is, it hasn't changed enough about Mario to justify being put over the original Mario Bros. And I don't think there's a single Mario platformer that has changed enough to justify being put over the original, which is iconic for a reason, which is one of the most speedrun games for a reason. So, the very first Mario Bros game, and I considered some other 2D platformers for this. I considered some Sonic games, but I really couldn't see anything beating out a 2D Mario game. Because Mario is like... I think Mario is the most iconic franchise of all time, although I could be mistaken. I don't know if it would be more iconic and recognizable than GTA. But it's up there, and I don't think there's another platforming franchise that's more iconic than Mario. So, first Mario Bros game, that's our 2D platformer, and without it you wouldn't have a variety of franchises like the ones I just mentioned. Of course, the other one is going to be the 3D variant, which, unsurprisingly, is also going to be a Mario game. Mario games are the undisputed champions of platformer genre. Of course, those are going to be the best games in the genre. They're iconic. And to be very clear, my favourite Mario game is Super Mario Galaxy 2, guys. Like, that is easily my favourite Mario game. But I'm not picking that because I don't think it speaks to being the best 3D platformer. I mean, if this was a personal list, I would totally say Mario Galaxy 2. But this isn't a personal list, I'm trying to be objective. So, while I had a tough time picking between the 2 options, as I believe they're interchangeable, because I believed these were the 2 options to do, I'm gonna go for Mario Odyssey. The other option was Mario 64, which defined the 3D platforming genre, but I think Mario Odyssey is usually preferred over 64. Even against people who grew up with Mario 64, I've seen a lot of them say that they think Mario Odyssey is better. That's where I am. It just seems like that's the consensus, that Mario Odyssey is superior, but I could totally be wrong. And if you disagree, like I said, I think they're interchangeable, and I'm only putting it here because I've seen the consensus suggest people prefer Mario Odyssey. Jesus Christ, I'm stumbling and stuttering a lot, huh? Anyway, hashtag parkour, guys. Hashtag parkour, hardcore parkour. You could put either one up here, and I don't think people would complain.
3.
Next up, we're going to talk about fighting games. I believe that fighting games are a really difficult pick, and I actually scripted this, but even as I'm sat here, I'm thinking about changing it. Because in the original script, I put that I think I'm going to land on Super Smash Bros. But I'm now not sure if I want to pick Smash Bros or Street Fighter. I'm going to stick with the script here though and say if I had to pick just one game, I would pick Smash Bros. Melee. And there's a reason this is one of the biggest competitive scenes in fighting games. While I think Street Fighter is a very good rival and competitor to Smash Bros. And I think it is such a tight toss-up, I think a large part of what makes Smash so high is because of its crossovers and the everyone here mentality. People are a lot more interested in beating the shit out of Mario, Sonic, Pikachu, Link, Solid fucking Snake, Sans, or Kirby than they are fighting Ryu, Ken, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. So, yeah, that's why I'm putting Smash Bros. Up here, but I totally think you could go either way between Smash Bros. And Street Fighter. I think to a lesser extent, Mortal Kombat is up there rivaling these two games, but I think Smash Bros. And Street Fighter are generally considered like more important and better than Mortal Kombat. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you for putting Mortal Kombat on the list instead. So, I don't know. I think that's a really tough call. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. Hey, I can't even throw a punch in real life or in a game. So I'm a loser, chat. Who cares what I think?
2.
Next up in the video, we're talking about the horror genre. And there's a lot of good choices for this, as I've said about a few of these genres, because it's hard, right? Some of these were obvious picks for me, but some of these are really hard picks. And my personal favourite horror game is Until Dawn. However, again, this is not a personal list about bias, which let me know if you guys want to see my personal opinions, and I will redo this list, but with my own opinions instead of trying to be objective. I will tell you what I think the best one for all of these are. Yeah, so for this pick, I'm gonna pick Slender. I also considered picking Outlast, which I believe is pretty iconic, but I think Slender makes more choice here. I mean, you could pick Soma, you could pick Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, Five Nights at Freddy's is the definition of indie horror. I would pick FNAF over Slender or Outlast or Poppy Playtime if we were going to look at specifically indie horror, but we're looking at horror in general. It was hard to nail it down. Outlast is the most infamous horror game for a reason, but Slender is a literal synonymous. That's not at all how sentences work. Slender is synonymous with horror gaming at this point. Having horror gaming without Slender is like having horror films without Jason Voorhees, or Scream, or Freddy Krueger, or any of those famous like horror films. I mean, Outlast and Slender are just that much more iconic than anything else. For Slender especially, you have the immersive world design where you feel pulled right into the horror, like you're being hunted by this mysterious entity you know nothing about, which kind of applies to Outlast as well from my understanding. Bam, that's horror.
1.
Multiplayer online battle arena. This is the next genre coming up. The multiplayer online battle arena, or the MOBA, is a genre I haven't particularly touched. So I could be wrong on this, because I'm not really into MOBAs, like I say. Even though I've never played a MOBA, the choice to me was obvious, and it appears to be indisputable. A fantastically designed game that's super intricate, with one of the largest, if not the largest, esports scene of all time. The community of League of Legends has guaranteed that LoL will take this spot. Now, like I said, I don't really know my MOBAs, so maybe I'm wrong. You guys will correct me, I'm sure. But I don't think there's a game in this genre near the fame and adoration of League of Legends, because it's that popular and that iconic. Bonus point 11. Finally, we're touching on tower defense game. I prefer Plants vs Zombies. That's only one of the 2 top dominating tower defense games, and the pick I'm choosing for this game is Bloons. Specifically, I think Bloons TTD, but my brain's just not there today. Anyway, people, specifically, I think Bloons Tower Defense 6 is just, I think it's built on the previous games enough to where it can be considered the best Bloons game. And I also think, unlike Mario Bros. Original, which I think is a super iconic game, I don't think, like, Bloons 1 is that iconic. So I really think the only choices for a Bloons game would have been, like, Bloons Battles or Bloons 6. And we're going for Bloons 6. I think, while I prefer Plants vs Zombies, Bloons is the most well recognised, and it's for a good purpose. It's for many reasons. A large part of why I think Bloons has grown to be better comes from YouTube endorsement. I mean, there's no denying that YouTubers have a deep effect on the opinions of their viewers. So when you have people like Sunday, Shooty, ISAB, Alien SWAT 50, Super John Bombo, is it? I mean, so many popular names that play Bloons. It should be no surprise Bloons maintains more cultural relevance. And this isn't to mention the consistency of Bloons, which I think is another factor in why it does better. Plants vs Zombies really ferried itself in its formula a lot, trying things like the Garden Warfare series, which I absolutely adore, but it's not a tower defense. And that's allowed Bloons to blast ahead, having now released 6 mainline tower defense games and 2 additional tower defense battles titles, as well as Bloons Monkey City, which you then compare to Plants vs Zombies 2 tower defense games, PvZ 1 and PvZ 2. While I love Plants vs Zombies, I think Bloons is more recognised. So that's my pick. Bam. I hope you guys agree. If not, let me know, because I could be totally wrong and misguided on a few of these. But I try to be as objective as I can. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another video down. Feel free to comment your ideas down below. Tell me what you think. Maybe I'll make a part 2 talking about genres I haven't touched on. Maybe you guys will want me to make a video on RPGs or indie games or anything like that. Let me know what you think about what I said in this video, if you agree, if you disagree. Maybe you think Mortal Kombat is the best fighting game. Just let me know what you think. I'm definitely open to making a part 2 if it's something you guys would be interested in. Apart from that, I guess it is the outro. This is where I do all that like sellout stuff. So like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, join the Discord, any of that good stuff. Totally would be awesome seeing you guys in the community. I'm active often on Discord, so you can hear from me there. You guys are hearing Opera right now because I'm an idiot and opened it. Anyway. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It means the world to me that you have watched. It means the world to me if you guys interact with the video. Give me some feedback. Did you like it? Were there parts you didn't like? Was my audio mixing alright? Anything like that? And apart from that, I will talk to you guys soon. There'll be another video out probably this weekend. So keep an eye out for that dropping. And goodbye, everyone.